You don't need another motivational punchline. You don't need someone screaming at you to change your life. You need clarity. You need direction. You need a calm, honest evaluation of where you are and who you're becoming. This is not a speech. This is a reset button. Because whether you admit it or not, you've reached a point where the life you're living is no longer matching the life you know you're capable of living. You feel it. You sense it. That tension inside you isn't stress, it's potential being wasted. Today is about fixing that. You're going to reset your system. You're going to restart your standards. And you're going to refocus your attention on what actually matters. And you're going to do it with logic, ownership, and discipline, not emotion. First, let's talk about where you actually are. You're not lost. You're not broken. You're not behind. Your mind is overcrowded with unfinished intentions, false expectations, old habits, and responsibilities you never questioned. You're running mental programs that drain your energy without giving anything valuable back. A reset is not emotional. A reset is mechanical. Your life like a system. When a system starts glitching, slowing down, or crashing repeatedly, you don't panic. You reset it. You clear the processes draining its resources. You stop forcing it to carry what it was never designed to carry. That's exactly what you need to do with yourself. A life reset begins with honesty. Where are you wasting the play? Majority of your time, your energy, your focus. What thoughts run through your mind without your permission? What habits repeat themselves even though you don't want them anymore? What standards have dropped so low that you barely recognize yourself? Resetting your life starts with eliminating the noise. The people, the habits, the routines, the content, the patterns that are pulling you away from the person you want to become. Your life doesn't change when you add more. Your life changes when you remove what's pulling you down. If you want clarity, subtraction matters more than addition. This is where most people get stuck. They try to build a new life on top of an old identity. But you can't upgrade a system while outdated software is still running. Resetting your life is not about becoming someone new. It's about removing everything that stopped you from being yourself. Now that you've reset, you need to restart. Restarting isn't starting from zero. It's starting from awareness. It's rebuilding your life intentionally, instead of unconsciously following routines that don't belong to you. But here's the thing. Somewhere along the way, you lowered your standards. Not because you're weak, but because life became comfortable enough for you to tolerate mediocrity. Restarting means raising your standards back to where they should have been all along. You restart your discipline. You restart your habits. You restart your expectations of yourself. Restarting is logical. It's strategic. It's structured. Ask yourself, what did you want before the world convinced you to shrink? What habits did you plan to build but abandoned halfway? What potential did you see in yourself that you stopped pursuing? Restarting your life requires you to be brutally honest about this simple fact. You outgrew the version of yourself you've been living on, an old identity, one built on past failures, past doubts. That identity belongs to a younger version of you. You've evolved, but your habits haven't, your environment hasn't, your self-image hasn't. Restarting means bringing your daily behavior up to the level of your current potential, not your old story, not your fears, your potential. Restarting is not about motivation. Restarting is about responsibility. It's you saying, I am done living beneath myself. Now comes the part most people fail at. Focus, because you can reset your mind. You can restart your habits. But if you don't control your attention, life will control it for you. Focus is not emotional. Focus is mathematical. Your attention determines your direction. Your direction determines your decisions. Your decisions determine your identity. Every distraction steals more than your time. It steals the future you could have built with that time. Look at your life objectively. How much of your attention is tied to things that don't align with your goals? How much mental space is filled with people who don't contribute to your growth? How many hours do you lose to content that entertains you but doesn't improve you? The world profits from your distraction. Your success depends on your focus. Refocusing means becoming ruthlessly intentional with your attention. You choose what enters your mind. You choose where your time goes. You choose who gets access to your energy. You don't need to become more motivated. You need to become more selective. Refocusing is not about adding more goals. It's about narrowing down to the goals that actually matter. Because when everything is important, nothing is important. Here's the calm, logical truth most people avoid. You do not need a new life. You need a new level of responsibility. Transformation is not an emotional event. Transformation is the result of consistent alignment between three things: your mindset, your habits, your identity. The reason you feel stuck isn't because you're incapable. It's because your identity hasn't caught up with your goals. You're trying to build the life of a disciplined person while thinking like someone who still negotiates with comfort. You cannot outperform your identity. You can only act in alignment with who you believe you are. This is why the reset is essential. It clears the mental clutter. This is why the restart matters. It rebuilds your standards. This is why refocusing works. It aligns your attention with your direction. Everything begins with identity. Who are you choosing to become? Not who you think you should be. Not who other people expect you to be. Who you decide to become. Identity is a choice before it becomes a reality. You're not here to fantasize about a better life. You're here to build one. So let's be clear, simple, and logical. Exactly how level 1 intensity works. For the next 90 days, focus on 5 pillars. Physical foundation. Move every day, not to look good, to function at your highest mental and emotional capacity. Your energy influences your clarity. Your clarity influences your decisions. Your decisions define your future. Mental input. Your mind becomes what you feed. Upgrade your inputs. Books, skills, ideas, logic. Discipline. Reduce the noise. Increase the knowledge. Skill development. Choose one skill that can change your future and work on it daily. Not for motivation, but for long-term leverage. Relationships. Protect your environment. Increase time with people who grow. Reduce time with people who drain you. Your circle influences your identity more than you realize. Internal clarity. Spend time with your thoughts, not with your distractions. Journal, reflect, think logically about the direction you want your life to go. These 5 pillars will quietly rebuild your life from the inside out. The calm truth is this: your self-talk shapes your decisions long before your discipline does. If your internal voice is built on doubt, fear, hesitation, and self-limiting beliefs, your actions will follow that pattern. You need to upgrade the narrative. Stop telling yourself you're trying. Start telling yourself you're capable. Stop telling yourself you're late. Start telling yourself you're ready. Stop telling yourself change is difficult. Start telling yourself progress is logical. Your mind doesn't respond to emotion. It responds to repetition. Repeat the right beliefs long enough, and they become your identity. Big changes look impressive, but small changes build identity. You don't need massive leaps. You need consistent steps. 1% improvement is not motivational, it's mathematical. Small improvements compound into big results. You don't transform your life by intensity. You transform your life by consistency. You have every reason to reset your life today. You have every resource you need inside you. You have potential that hasn't even been accessed yet. But none of that matters unless you make a real decision. Not emotional, not temporary, not dramatic. A calm decision. A logical decision. Disciplined decision. The decision to stop negotiating with who you used to be and start aligning with who you want to become. Reset your mind. Restart your standards. Refocus your attention. Your new chapter won't begin when life becomes easy. It begins when you become intentional. This is your moment, not because it's dramatic, but because it's clear. Now the only question left is, will you use this moment or will you let it pass like all the others? Until next time, keep working, keep grinding.